go, baby.
Perfectly dropped in.
Tua throws a perfect ball.
That's a great throw.
Here's a deep ball. Wants Hill. Touchdown Dolphins.
Big time throw. Highly underrated.
Thank you. Wow, that spin move.
Back to throw. Look.
Got it.
Craycraft coming across.
Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. You know, we back in the suicide pool again. Me and wifey, we're in the suicide pool. So we do that every year. That's religious. She get all excited for it. That's like her thing now, the suicide. So I'm happy. Like football is officially 100% back now. High school, we're already in week 3 right now, and college football going into week 2. So now it's the NFL, baby.
Good to see. Good to hear.
Yeah. So let's start this thing off. It's the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm Marcus Benjamin, chilling with my guy, my boy, Wesley Pierre, a.k.a. Westradamus, in the building. And, you know, we give you real sports talk from a South Florida perspective. We represent Dade County, Broward County, Palm Beach County, and most importantly, Canes County, canescounty.com for all your news regarding Miami Hurricanes athletics, part of the Rivals Network. Make sure you lock in and subscribe to that. Subscribe to this channel as well. Follow us on social media. Search MarcWes Sports. So, my guy, tell me what's good, man. Like, what's good in the hood, man?
I mean, everything's good in the hood right now. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's good right now because, of course, we're gonna set it off with the Miami Dolphins. You see the shirt, you see the throwback hat. You know what time it is. We're officially back. And it seems like the arm of the almighty Tua is ready to silence all of the haters. Yes, baby.
The almighty arm got a whole sleeve now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm liking it too, you know. After his run-in with Ryan Clark, you know, and we addressed that, you know, I'm just ready to shut everybody else up. You know, you got Justin Herbert that we're gonna be going ahead and facing right now. Somebody that I think that Tua is better than Justin Herbert, but I think, you know, Justin Herbert is the prototypical quarterback. But if you really want to go ahead and go against Wes and the arm of the almighty Tua, you're going against accuracy. You're going against efficiency. The most efficient quarterback in NCAA history. I got to keep reiterating that. Last year, probably the best quarterback rating in the NFL, with my understanding. And for the first 13 weeks, you know, when he was healthy, he was doing his thing, bombs away. People talking about the air raid offense for the University of Miami. No, it's the air raid offense of Mike McDaniel and the Miami Dolphins. I think this is what's going to be this year. I think it's going to be a more even flow, a little bit of run, a little bit of pass, and then we're going to go ahead and set them up for the big play. One thing I gotta say is I'm just loving how the Miami Dolphins has been kind of quiet this offseason, making everybody that have suicide pools like yourself don't go with the Dolphins. You know, my dog Marcus, he's going with the Dolphins, but everybody else outside of South Florida or Florida, period, you're probably going with everybody else, and I'm loving that because y'all going to be making me a whole lot of money this season. Gene Guru, yes, we already got our bet as well. And me personally, I just
what bet? Wait, what bet?
Oh, well, we bet $5 on, not literally $5, but $5 from Miami, Florida. You know what that means. We bet $5 on. He said that the New York Giants quarterback will have a better season. Not as far as a team, but a better season than Tua individually. That means better yards, better passer rating, better everything. I'm like, what? I took that running.
So wait, hold on. So Daniel Jones got to have better in all of those categories for you for him to win.
Yes, basically. If
I need to jump in on this bet
before the season start, because the season start on Sunday, and you want to make sure your bet is in before then. And we also bet that the Miami Dolphins going to have a better season than the New York Giants. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Saquon Barkley, they kind of silenced a little bit of the sporadic behavior between the organization and the running back. But I know for him, he's like, look, I'm not getting injured. This is a 1-year deal that they signed with me right now. I'm going to go ahead and collect this money, and I'm going to go ahead and do to cover myself. As far as me carrying that quarterback, it's not happening. Throw me the ball, give me the ball, and I'll make it happen. So for me, and I'm pretty sure yourself, you knew last year that Saquon was the team as far as offensive wise. And for this guy, my friend Guru Gene, it's just more money in my pocket. So we got like $1,000 on the line. I know I'm going to win it already. And when the Heat come along, we're going to win some more money. Right now, Marcus is trying to figure out, damn, should I be texting him now or should I be texting him later about this bet? Because I need some of this money too.
I do need it in my life. So
exactly.
I'm about to jump on this bet with him for real.
Exactly. So while you going ahead and handling that bet with him, I just, my whole Westradamus future can see the future. I think that the Miami Dolphins is going to be a close game against the Chargers. Of course, it's quarterback versus quarterback. They're going to make that the thing. But really, truly, I think is offensive coordinators versus defensive coordinators. Who's going to go ahead and play checkers and who's going to be the one playing chess? I think that Mike McDaniel is the one that's going to be playing chess, because even when he interview you, you're playing chess with him. So for me, when it comes to the actual game, I think that it's going to be a solid run game from our running backs. It's going to be a team of running backs. You're going to see a little bit of passing. You're going to see a little bit of running. And I think that the Miami Dolphins O-line will actually hold up. One negative I got before we actually really chime into it is Teron Armstead. He's injured. And right now he's questionable to even play. He hasn't practiced all week. They're talking about should he even rest. And I'm like, I don't know if I want him to go if he's 100%, because he's probably going to get injured again. People that's injured normally stay injured, like you said. When it came to Mostert, they call him more injured, more hurt. Yeah. So we don't want that. But again, we're going against one of the best two pass rushers in the game right now. You got the Boza on one of the Boza brothers on one side, and you got that guy that came from Chicago. That guy that I think that did he play for Nick Fangio? Because I know Vic Fangio, he actually was coaching in Chicago a while, and I'm pretty sure that defense that what's his name? I forgot his name. I think he was a linebacker. They put him on the D end. He wind up Khalil Mack. It's gonna be Khalil Mack and Boza, right in D end. That's gonna be a problem. We want to make sure that we hold Tua up. Not the first game him getting injured because Teron Armstead is not in the game. And that's another negative thing that we always have a negative cloud on the Miami Dolphins in regards to injuries. We already know that we is top heavy. And you take the head, the body fall, and the head could be Tua, the head could be Teron Armstead. Both of those guys, in regards to winning losses with the Miami Dolphins, they need to be on the field. I got the trust in Tua because he got the judo. And he's doing wax on and wax off all off season. He got Mr. Miyagi and Mike McDaniel showing him the way, and I think that he's gonna do what we've been seeing the first 13 games when he was healthy last year. But Teron Armstead, come on, man, we playing your ass all this bread, man. You can't do me like that, man. You see, we wearing the jersey and the hat. We over here trying to go in the damn season like positive, and it is positive. Especially when we don't have Noah Igbenogany no more in the backfield. That's always a positive. But like, yo, man, we know our team is offensively driven in regards to having an efficient, accurate quarterback like the arm of the almighty Tua. But the O-line need to hold up. These last few years, our O-line been trashed, kind of like the University of Miami, which did good season opener with the O-line. I want the Miami Dolphins to look like that. It don't matter if you're a rookie. Malgoa, yes, you was balling like a big dog. So our right tackle on the Miami Dolphins, you need a ball too, Austin Jackson. You need to do what you need to be doing. You're a first-round pick. Do your thing, ball like a big dog with heavy nuts, and show the Miami Dolphins and the organization you're worth saving for another few years. Now, Teron Armstead, like, come on, man, back to you, man. If your ass need to go in the hyperbolic chamber like T.O. did to play in the playoffs, like, that's what you need to do. Sleep in a hyperbolic chamber all day and night so you could get extra oxygen in your ankle, your back. He got a few injuries. I heard he's listed. His back is injured. His ankle is injured. And I think they said knee. But one, like, come on, man. I think they did that just to, kind of, have them on the edge of their seat in regards to Boza and Khalil Mack. But yeah, man, come on, man. I need you to play, man. Last year, I heard he only trained on one time, but he played majority of the games. If you're gonna give me the same shit, then Wes, shut the fuck up. Westradamus, yeah, you don't know what you're seeing right now. The crystal ball is kind of blurry. But me, like, yo, I need you to play, man. And if we gonna go ahead and win this game and you're not there, that's perfectly fine. But that just shows that, like, look, I think we signed you to a 4-year deal. We can easily, figure things out if this backup hold his own against this tandem, this DN tandem in Khalil Mack and Boza. If they could hold up, that's positives for me. If we lose, it's the first game of the year, which I am not going to go ahead and put that cloud on because we're going to win. We speak shit into existence on the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I think we should do good. I think that in regards to Waddle, because Waddle been injured all offseason with, I think, a rib injury. I don't know what it was. Hopefully he's healed and back in full effect. Another thing, Chosen, they went ahead and re-signed him. They signed him on the practice squad. Yes. So he gets to stay in Miami because he's from Florida. You know what I mean?
He's from Broward.
To the crib, yes. Broward County, Dade County, Kings County. Yes, he's from down here, so he's gonna be holding shit down. I'm not too worried about our wide receivers. I'm not too worried about Tua. I'm not worried about our running backs. We have a plethora of running backs that should be doing their thing. I know we got one that's on injury reserve, but I think he's going to come back anytime soon. I think they're just doing that to kind of set everything up on the roster standpoint for paying and not having to pay certain people right now since they were doing a 53-man roster cut. But yeah, man, that's what I want to see. I want to see the defense do their thing. That's really the big question for me. The question is the defense, because I know y'all like, why is it the defense? Like, look, Jalen Ramsey, he's out till like the third half of the third quarter of the season. And X-Man, I know I love you, X-Man. You've been holding it down for the longest, but when you was crabbing about that bread, telling them that you're going to hold out unless you pay me, they paid you. Like, keep doing your thing, man. I do not need you to not do your thing. And you should be doing your thing because everybody, they're not even worried about you as far as cornerbacks. Madden, we didn't speak on the Madden ratings, but Madden didn't really even have him rated that great as well. And I'm like, what? This guy got the most interceptions in the league the last 5 years, maybe 6 years, and he's not even considered that. Yeah, I know he's, I'm getting a little older, but he's still hawking down shit. He's still getting interceptions, making serious plays. But for me, like, look, I need to know what's going on with Kahoot. I need to go see what's going on with our first round or second round pick in the corner. And I need to know what's going on with Eli Apple, because we know that Noah Igbenogany looked decent, in the offseason when the Vic Fangio defense playing zone. And we do know that Eli Apple, people been taking a bite out of crime when it came to him, and they've been biting that fruit and doing their thing, running amok on him when he was Cincinnati and all them other teams that he done transitioned to. Now he's with the Miami Dolphins. Hopefully that zone defense can help him, because if you can help Noah Igbenogany, you definitely can help Eli Apple. And if that zone could go ahead and help Eli Apple, that would be a great thing. Brandon Jones right now, I heard this week he's been practicing without no setbacks, without no nothing that looks lingering. He looks his normal self right now. We'll just see, because of course, you know, when you're coming off an injury, you could go ahead and look good today, and then your former injury could flare up, and then you don't look the same. So let's see how that goes. But if you're talking about Holla in the backfield, if you're talking about Brandon Jones, if he come back and he's his normal self before the injury, if you're talking about Eli Apple being way better than Noah Igbenogany, that wind up helped us win a few games in the end last year, Pittsburgh Steelers, close to the end zone, interception, everybody going crazy, people on 560, MarcWes Sports Podcast, everybody talking about Noah Igbenogany, and a positive note, definitely can make Eli Apple look good. I'm about to say Cole Misi, taking it back. Cole, if he could go ahead and still keep doing his thing from last year, I think is on the up and up, and we definitely can have a positive outcome in regard to the game.
Man, I think he pretty much kind of covered every corner of the Dolphins. But for me, it's like when it comes to game planning against like a Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa, that's where Mike McDaniels just shows his, you know, bravado, you know, because you can scheme around them boys. I mean, you can't expect to stop a Khalil Mack and a Joey Bosa to not put pressure on Tua. Like, you just can't expect that to happen in today's NFL, but you can scheme around it. So I'm expecting McDaniels to come up with a game plan where we have maybe some runs or like some short passes that kind of throws them off balance. So they have a moment's hesitation as far as just peeling their ears back and just rushing at Tua. I'm just mostly worried about Tua's health. You know, like I want him to be healthy. I want him, hopefully that jiu-jitsu is, you know, helping him. He put on some weight so, you know, he can withstand injuries and hits like that. We'll see, because, and then the other thing too is that he has to understand when to get down, bro. Like, just get down, slide. Too many times last year he put his body in harm's way where he didn't have to. Yeah. So he just has to. That's a great thing that Patrick Mahomes does. Patrick Mahomes and him. Well, Patrick Mahomes is actually a little bit bigger than he looks. You know, he's over 200 something pounds. I think he's like 6'4". But still, he knows how to get down. You know, he knows how to get on the ground. And that's why, for the most part, he stayed injury-free throughout his career. So Tua just needs to learn that. He just needs to learn how to get down, get on the ground, because the franchise is on your back, man. We see what Mike White was doing. We can't give this to Mike White. You know what I'm saying? And if Mike White beat out Skylar Thompson, we can't give this to Skylar Thompson either, because Mike White was just Mike wrong from what I seen in this preseason, man. He just wasn't right at all. So I need Tua to stay healthy, not only for Miami, but for me. You know, I need you to stay healthy for my fantasy team. For when I pick you in Suicide, I'm gonna pick you at least 1 week in Suicide to win. But this is what I want to do with you, bro. Let's go through the whole season, bro, and let's go game by game.
Okay.
To see where we think things are gonna go down every week. And they got the spreads for every game already out. I can't believe that they do have that, but they got the spreads for every game except for the last game, which is against Buffalo, which is interesting how we played Buffalo last game of the season. It's crazy. Like, we playing Buffalo, like Buffalo is that team now. And like, just like the 90s, you know, 90s Dolphins, early 90s Dolphins, where it was the Dolphins and the Bills trying to win the division. Mm-hmm. First game, I already know where you're going. I already know you're going win. Chargers are favored by 3. I think the Dolphins pull it out, though. I think it's going to be close. You know what I'm saying? I think it could be a field goal or touchdown game, 1-score game. But I think the Dolphins they're underestimated, you know? And I think the Chargers kind of feeling themselves. You mean they did make the playoffs? They did blow a playoff game last year. The game that they should have won in Jacksonville out of nowhere. I literally turned that game off, bro. Like I literally turned that game off, and then I seen an alert on my phone saying, "Oh, this game is close." I was like, "How the hell?" And then they ended up coming back and winning. So I like the Dolphins in this game. What's your score on it?
I say the Dolphins win by 4 points. I don't know exactly the score, but I think it's going to be high powered. You know that the Justin Herbert, he normally has like 300, 400 yard games. I wouldn't say 400, about 250, 300 normally. All last year, I mean, you've seen them. They paid him this big ass money. I think he's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now after him getting signed.
That's crazy.
Recently. Definitely crazy. So I think it's gonna be like let's say 28-24.
Okay. I was thinking even closer than that. So I was gonna say 31-28. Dolphins win this thing. The next one, this is a tough schedule too. Now that I look at every team on this schedule, it's a tough schedule. This got to be one of the tough schedules in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
The next game we got the Patriots. Dolphins favored by 2. That's a Sunday night game. So
you gonna mud them.
Sunday night. This is at New England. I like the Dolphins, man. I don't believe in the Patriots. They didn't do nothing about their quarterback situation. They just said, okay, we're gonna roll with Mac Jones again.
And they got rid of the other
Mac Jones again.
They got rid of the backups. They only got one quarterback on the team. They don't have no backup right now. So I don't know what the hell. Yeah. Bill Belichick, I don't know what the hell his ass doing right now. But hey, keep doing it, man. Figure it out after you play us.
I think Dolphins win this one easily. I give them 2 touchdowns on this one. You know, I feel like it's going to be a 38-21. Not even 21. I don't think they're going to score that much. I would say 16 or something like that.
I would say 24-16. Why? Because, I mean, it's Bill Belichick, man. You know, the defense is going to be holding shit down for a while. It's going to be a close game. And then some point in the game, the Miami Dolphins are going to go ahead and pull it out. Because, like you said, they're basically the same team, same quarterback. I don't have too much negative things to say about the quarterback, because when you have a defensive coordinator that turns into an offensive coordinator, what the hell do you think is going to happen? So can't blame nobody but yourself, because we know that Bill Belichick is the general manager and the head coach. So whatever wind up happening negative on Nate, and that's his fault. But it is what it is. Like 16-24. Do our thing on that.
Then the Dolphins come back home for the first home game against the Broncos. Russell Wilson and Sean Payton, who's now the coach over there. Of course, he quarterbacked Drew Brees and them boys to a Super Bowl back in the day. I think they won that Super Bowl here in Miami too.
Yep.
But yeah, so Dolphins are favored by 3.5 points, meaning that they think that Dolphins are going to win by 4. The Broncos always play us tough for some reason. You know, I think their defense always, shows up. Is Von Miller still on that team?
Nah, he's with the Bills. But he's injured right now too, so he don't even start.
He had 2 teams after that. Like he won Super Bowl with the Rams.
Yep.
Then went to the Bills.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, I think the Dolphins find a way to win this game because they'll be at home, their first home game, and that it's still gonna be hot. It's a 1 o'clock game. It's September.
Mm-hmm.
I think that heat's gonna get to them.
Yep.
Denver, is a cold weather place, and I think Miami comes out with a victory. I would say about 10 points. So I'm thinking maybe a 27-17 game.
You in my head, I was saying 10 points. I didn't know what was going to be the final score, but I know 10 points. So I'll just go with your score.
All right. And then we go on the road to play the Bills. This is going to be interesting. Buffalo favored by 4 points to win it. I think the advantage here is that it's early. It's probably not going to be snowing. Maybe it could be. It's October 1st is this game, but it's going to be a cool weather game. I would say probably maybe in the 50s or 60s. That's what it usually is around that time. So I think that plays to the Dolphins' favor. I think the Dolphins, um, nearly beat them last year in the playoffs with the third string quarterback, Skylar Thompson. So I think the Dolphins really kind of have had their number on them lately because you barely beat us twice. The snow game, the Bills barely beat the Dolphins in that game. And of course, we beat them down here. That was that infamous game where Tua got hurt, but still played. And I think the Dolphins pull this out. I think it's a close game though, and I think they win, like 23-20.
What the fuck? I think I need to go first because I'm like, we're gonna win by 3. I think that the Dolphins and the Bills, they're gonna be a close game. Obviously, this team now, they're bringing back the rivalry from the Thurman Thomas days, when they used to whoop us all the time, find ways to whoop us, but never win the whole thing. That's how I look at the Buffalo Bills. Y'all the same Buffalo Bills as always. You have Thurman Thomas, you have Don Beatty, you have all these different people, and y'all make it to the playoff, make it to the Super Bowl, do all this with Drew Bledsoe, and y'all do nothing. Was it Drew Bledsoe? No, it was not Drew Bledsoe.
No, Jim Kelly.
Yeah, Jim Kelly. Bledsoe was with the Patriots. Jim Kelly? I know I'm throwing dirt on your name, University of Miami, you from the U, but it doesn't matter. Now you're a Buffalo Bills. You feel me? So for me, I know it's going to be a victory, especially since we almost whooped their ass without Tua in the playoffs. That's a playoffs game. And, we were injured. We had a lot of things and questions on the team. We barely could score against the Jets, coming into the playoffs backwards, and you being high-powered like that, and almost losing, especially with the snowstorm that it seemed like it just came at the right time to go against the Miami Dolphins. That kind of shifted the way the game actually played. But still, regardless, I think that y'all got a lot of bullshit that's happening over there in Buffalo. What happened? Stephon Diggs, you don't like the wings? You don't like the quarterback? What's going on? You feel me? I'm just saying, because at the end of the day, when you have a team that's more like a family, seem like with the Miami Dolphins, and you have a team that it seems like is more business when it comes to the Buffalo Bills, that can kind of sway the game. Forget all that other stuff that just be happening. I know you have Hamlin. He came back. Oh, and that probably was one of the reasons why they were kind of like off last year. Later on in the game, you see your brother almost lose his life on the field, something that you rarely see on the NFL. That's something that kind of could change a lot of people. It was devastating. And you seen what happened in a playoff game with the Miami Dolphins, where it was like somebody else on the Dolphins had to get carried out, stretcher, ambulance, the whole 9 yard. And you seen what happened. They canceled the game. So anything like that, seeing that happen to somebody that's close to you, that work out with you, family, know each other. You probably see their kids, and your wife chill with each other, or girlfriends, because I don't know how old these players are, to see something like that happen right in front of you, and out of nowhere, that probably was one of the reasons why they did have like setbacks last year later in the season. Or it could have just been the Miami Dolphins was just ready to whoop that ass, tap that ass, and beat that ass. That's what I'm going with. You feel me? Forget all the other shit, because we had the same thing happen with us. Tua was injured, and people was talking about Tua too. Like, everywhere, they were talking about Tua, not just the NFL Network, not ESPN, but other platforms, that have nothing to do with sports was talking about Tua. Yeah. So come on, man, think about it. When stuff like that happen, adversity hits, you got to find a way to go ahead and persevere and continue to work to that goal that you guys want to go ahead and have, and that's winning the Super Bowl, or at that particular time winning a actual football game. So for me in this game, the Miami Dolphins is gonna win, and I know, man, look at West, man, y'all 4-0. Yeah, that's what you said, Wes. Y'all never lose.
Yeah. It's about to get worse too. To be honest, next game we got the Dolphins and the Giants. This is a tough one for me because the Giants are kind of my number 2 team and the original team I used to follow when I used to live in New York when I was a JIT. But I've been here ever since the 3rd grade and ever since. Well, I actually was a Dolphins fan even before then, to be honest. Which is weird, right? But yeah, because I knew like my people stayed down here. I used to still come down here, even though when I was
for the beaches.
I was still a Dolphins fan as well as a Giants fan. So it's tough for me to kind of watch this game, but I always try to watch it naturally. The last time they played, I was just like, let me just see what my emotions are telling me. And then halfway through the game, I'm just cheering for the Dolphins. I want them to win so much more because not only because I've lived here damn near most of my life, but at the same time, they haven't won as much as the Giants. The Giants have won Super Bowls. In my lifetime, I've seen the Giants win 3. So the Dolphins is 0 still. I'm still waiting to see the Dolphins win a championship. So I'm going to be rolling with the Dolphins on this game too. They are favored by 5 points. It's the biggest spread so far. 5 points in this game. So I think the Giants are going to give them a tough game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any standard. The Giants, they're a well-coached team with their new coach Brian Daboll. So I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Miami pulls it out. I'll say it by a touchdown, 1 score. I'm gonna go 21-14.
Well, I was thinking right now. We going through all these lists right now. Look, the first quarter of the game, first quarter of the season. So I think we should probably just go right now with the first 4 games. We'll stop with this one, the first 5 games, because I think right now is like 17 games right now. So I think we should stop with this one right now with 5 games because we don't know exactly what's going to happen. We don't know how the Dolphins going to look. We don't know how the Chargers, Patriots, or the Broncos going to look. Everything that we're saying right now is in regards to last year. We do know that the preseason, people rarely was playing the people that they wanted to play in the game because of injury. Look what happened to Teron Armstead. So I'll keep this as our last one for the season. Of course, we're gonna go back to this throughout the season and give you another 5 games that we think that we're gonna win. But me, where I'm going. Like, that's gonna be another bet with Gene. You feel me? I already got 2 bets with Gene.
I was already thinking that.
Let's bet the game. And, I'm trying to hit him where it hurts. I'm going to be like, all right, instead of 5 Bs, 250, 275 or something like that. We ain't worried about the spreads or nothing. We going on straight victory or losses. And I think the Miami Dolphins going to go ahead and do their thing. Like I said earlier, you got Saquon Barkley. He's on a 1-year deal from my understanding. And a 1-year deal means what? That you need to worry about next year. And for this,
that means he's going to ball out.
Huh?
That means he's going to ball out.
I don't know if he's going to ball out because I don't know if he still want to be with the Giants after what they.
That's the reason why he's going to ball out. So another team will be we'll pay you that bread.
You're right. But I don't know because there's going to be a lot of running backs that's free agents next year. I think you're going to have Dalvin Cook is going to be a free agent. I think he signed a 1-year deal with the Jets. You're going to have Saquon Barkley, same thing. You're going to have Jonathan Taylor. He's going to be another running back that's on the loose. Unless they franchise tag these individuals, I think you're going to have a few running backs that you could choose from. So for me, like if you got Saquon, you got Dalvin, and you got Taylor on free agency, it's probably going, what you thinking is probably not what you're going to be expecting because they're going to be like, look, you have an injury history. That's Dalvin Cook. That's all 3 running backs. I think even last year Taylor missed like 5 games. So I don't really know how much money they're going to go ahead and draw. But still, regardless, I think that your team sucked ultimately. Yeah, you got Brian Dable. And yeah, he turned that program around. He turned that team around like Deion Sanders did with Colorado, turning that damn program around, whooping TCU. That's another topic. But yeah, major changes happening nowadays, and it seems like these organizations are going left instead of sticking to their normal habit of picking the typical players or typical coaches or coordinators. Look at our coach. Our coach, everybody was not look like a coach. He doesn't talk like a coach. He doesn't move like a coach. But look, he wound up giving us all these wins. So in regards to the
speaking of talking, dog, I can't listen to Buddy, man. Like all he does is just ramble. He just rambles the whole time, and he says after every like 2 words.
He's playing chess.
I can't listen to Buddy, man.
He's playing chess, my boy. He's playing chess. Look, think about it. Imagine you're a reporter, CanesCounty.com, Rivals.com, follow them on all platforms. But you know how it is when it comes to being a reporter. Like, y'all going to ask certain questions. And if you know this person's going to always give you like a bullshit answer or something that you ain't want to hear, you don't even want to ask them nothing. You'd rather go ask somebody else something. So how they be putting certain people like they did that quarterback Miami of Ohio, the fake Miami, what they did to him, the reporter leading him into his misery and getting his ass whooped by the University of Miami. This is the same thing that they be trying to do to the Miami Dolphins, that they be doing to Tua, Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels has it a certain way, but Tua as well. These guys are meticulous in how they actually speak to the public. Trust me, man, that can be a deterrent. You feel me? Because you're like, damn, you're a journalist, and I can't even listen to him. Yes, that's what he want. I'm not going to be a story. You're not going to be able to twist my words. I'm going to be like, damn, let me go follow one of these players. He's doing what Bill Belichick been doing all these years with the answer. He's doing the same thing.
Barely talk and barely tell you.
Exactly. He's doing the same thing. One is speaking a whole lot and you don't understand him, and the other one speak less and you like, damn. Both you getting the same result for both. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what but again, people don't like Bill Belichick for how he speak to the media. They can't say that about Mike McDaniels. He's talking. He has a little witty to his comments. But then again, you're not getting no substance from what he's telling you. He's saying the same thing Bill Belichick is saying, just with more words. And that's what happens when you're one of the smartest people in the room. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to get mad at it. Keep doing that on Mike McDaniel, because if it's working for the team and wins and losses, who am I to say anything about how you actually speak to the public? Because the players love it. You feel me? The players love it, and it seems like they love him, and they'll put everything on the line for him, and also the arm of the almighty Tua, because the quarterback and the head coach are like this. You feel me? You got to get one, you got to get the other one. So for me, I think that's what's going to happen in the Giants game. The Giants, we're going to go ahead and do what we normally do. Of course, it's going to be a close game. I really don't know how their roster in New York is looking. But again, we'll definitely cover that when we play them, I think, in week 5. But yeah, man, Miami Dolphins, we're going to go ahead and win this game. Huh?
So we 5-0.
Yeah, we 5-0. Last year, we was brought the same thing, wasn't we?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, we was like 4-0, 5-0 last year. Don't get it twisted. Go look at it. You feel me? In the beginning, we were 4-0.
Oh, I know we won the first 3 games for sure.
And then I think it went to 4. You could go back and check.
I got to go back and check for real.
Yes. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to give you the same thing as last year. It seemed like the same thing is happening to the Miami Dolphins right now. We got 2 paid corners. One of the corners is not playing due to injury. Same thing like last year. See what I'm saying? So again, when it comes to the Miami Dolphins, I think it's Groundhog Day, but it's going to be closer to the end of the movie in Groundhog Day when things change. And this is the time it's going to change with the arm of the almighty Tua. That's
so they went 3-0, and then the fourth game was that Cincinnati Bengals game where Tua got hurt.
Yes, you see? Well, he was hurt before with Buffalo. So again, think about it. You see, this happening all over again. Don't worry about it. It's happening all over again.
Yeah, then we ended up losing 3 straight. Then we won 5 straight.
Injury.
And then we lost 5 straight.
Damn,
it was just nothing but streaks.
Yes. So
started when 3-game win streak, 3-game losing streak, 5-game winning streak, and then 5-game losing streak, and then we won against the Jets to make it into the playoffs.
Yes, inconsistency and injury. When Tua's in the game, when the arm of the almighty Tua is in the game, he gives us hope, and he gives us an accurate, efficient quarterback, the most accurate and efficient quarterback in NCAA history. I don't care what nobody say. Dan Marino came from there. Drew Bledsoe came from there. All the great quarterbacks came from the NCAA. And for Tua to be the one that holds that record, I don't care what the national media is saying. I do not care. He's going to make everybody shut the hell up, and I'm going to be the one gloating for him. Trust me, because he's very humble, and I'm not that humble. So I'm going to make sure people feel it.
I feel you. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited about the NFL season. Let's get this thing started and see what happens, man. Big expectations.
Yes.
What's a successful season for you? A playoff win?
Playoff win. That's what I'm thinking too.
Matter
of fact, a successful season for me to play all 17 games. Because then I know I got my quarterback.
We'll see. I hope he does, and I hope we do win a playoff game. If that happens, I'll be happy. We make it to the divisional round, I'll be happy. I'll be happy with that. That's kind of, that's the bar. That's where we at. That's just where we at. And that means we got to make the playoffs. We have to make the playoffs. We don't make the playoffs, it's the season's a failure, basically. I'm glad we at this point with the Dolphins where we can say something like that, where we could be like, oh, if we don't make the playoffs, it's a failure. Or if we don't win a playoff game, it's a failure. So
we on the up and up. Think about it. How long has it been where you come into the season and you're like, damn, we're gonna make the playoffs, or it don't matter if you're gonna lose a playoff game, but we're gonna make the playoffs. Like for the last 15, 20 years, it's like you hope that the team win. You have hope, but 9 out of 10 times your dreams were shattered. And please, Tua, please don't shatter my dreams, man. The ceiling is high. And we got your back over here on the MarcWes Sports Podcast. So man. Yeah. I was gonna go ahead and ask you, man. I seen the Benjamin report. The Benjamin report is back, and I'm pretty sure Mark is probably gonna go ahead and give you a little something after we speak about the Canes in regards to high school football.